See, most people would rather go broke than to move back in with their parents. They'd rather stay stuck, slaving away at a job, working overtime, than to swallow their pride and go say hello to moms. Let me tell you a story about a man that I met a couple of years ago who, in his 30s, moved in with his wife's parents with a newborn baby sleeping on the couch. You see, today, he's a multi-millionaire. And he is the mayor of a wealthy suburb in a major U.S. city. Here's the thing. When he started off, he wasn't dirt poor, right? He had a decent job. He wasn't failing or anything like that. But then one day, life hit him fast. He met his wife. She got pregnant. And they had a baby on the way. And it was at that moment that he had to make a decision. Was he going to keep working this job that he had? Covering rent, paying groceries, just trying to come up with a way to take care of the kid? Or was he going to go and do what he knew he needed to do, which was to go and build his business? So in that moment, he decided to do what most people are just not willing to do. He decided that he would go ahead and move in with his wife's parents in his 30s. They slept on the couch, barely being able to sleep. He's grinding all day, working on his business though. And, they did this for years. No privacy, no pride. Just locked in on his purpose. Now here we are. He owns multiple companies, one in architecture, one to actually develop the real estate. He's worth millions of dollars. The mayor of a suburb in one of the wealthiest cities in the United States of America. And not because he had pride, right? It was only because he dropped his ego. He was embarrassed to do that. You think he wasn't embarrassed to move in with his wife's parents in his 30s with a baby? Yeah, he was embarrassed. But he didn't let that stop him from doing what he needed to do. The truth is, what people won't tell you is that wealthy families don't kick their kids out of the house at 18. No. They let them sit back and build. And in fact, they give them money, right? They'll let them stay at the house and give them money so that they can build their businesses. So if you were not born rich, then how do you think that you're going to be able to go out and compete? I've seen this firsthand. These kids don't go out and start spending a bunch of money on these high-rise apartments or anywhere. They stay at home. They save up. And they go out when they want to buy a house. So you think you're too grown to move back in with your parents. Okay, go ahead. Take that $2,000 a month and give it to somebody else instead of investing in yourself and into your dreams. You see, that's the price of pride. It's expensive. And for a lot of people, quite frankly, it's the one thing that's going to keep them from actually getting to where they want to go. It's going to keep them broke. So seriously, if you are trying to get rich, if you're trying to build wealth, if you want to build a business, move back in with your parents. That is the thing that nobody's going to tell you to do. But if you do it, if you get over that pride, it'll give you the runway that you need to make it happen.